Good evening, everyone. I'm Sandy Feist. I'm from South Africa, and I'm delighted to be sharing some information with you tonight. So, Chris spoke to me about 2.5 years ago, and I've been running a wellness practice for 25 years. And I was absolutely gobsmacked when he shared the technology with me and some results. So I'm going to be doing the same thing today. So this evening, I'm going to be talking about elevating a particular peptide, activating your dormant stem cells, and thereby regenerating your system in many, many ways. So LifeWave is the company, and they make the stem cell reactivation technology in a patch. And I'm going to share a 1-minute video clip on how it works.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself.
Now, X39 is the patch I'm going to concentrate on tonight. David Schmidt is our CEO and inventor, and I agree with Chris. I regard him as an absolute genius. He is so humble, and he comes from a family of scientists and inventors. He himself is a scientist and inventor, and he decided to specialize in age reversing. So in 2008, he started focusing his attention on stem cell research. And this X39 patch, the patent alone, took 10 years and $4.5 million to bring it to market. So let's have a look at a patent. That's one of the patents. And I'm going to look at an excerpt from this patent. So it talks about result of elevating copper peptide, including activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvements in stamina, elevation of collagen production, and improved wound healing. I personally have seen that, not just within Eric and myself, but on other people as well. So why the X39 stem cell activation patch? Now let's consider a baby in utero. It's a flood of stem cells. Stem cells are cells that can become any organ or tissue, and it's transported in our bloodstream. So baby, these cells differentiate into brain, eyes, organs, tissues, limbs. And a teenager has about 1 billion active stem cells. But by the age of 30, this has dropped to 400 million. That's a 60% reduction. I was absolutely amazed at that. And by 60, there's a 90% reduction, down to 100 million active adult stem cells. So this is what we see. The fewer stem cells we have, the faster we age and the slower we heal. And I'm sure you'll agree with me. So how does it work? It's a proprietary form of phototherapy. Now, phototherapy is used as x-rays, the lights on babies after they're born and jaundiced, but it's a different form. It's called photobiomodulation, and it's patented nanocrystal technology, which, as you saw in the video, reflects our own light back into the body. That activates a specific copper peptide, GHKCU. That, in turn, activates our dormant stem cells, makes new pluripotent ones, and they go to work where they need to. What's wonderful is it is non-transdermal, so nothing physical is penetrating the skin, the bloodstream, or gets into the body. And there are no drugs, chemicals, or stimulants. There are no stem cells in these patches. It's our own stem cells that go to work. So it's completely non-invasive. It can be used on babies, animals. Many of us use it on dogs, cats, horses, and with superb results. And it can be used on the elderly. It doesn't matter if you're taking no medication, one lot, or many. There's no interaction because nothing physical is going into the body. Now, LifeWave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. We see astounding results there.
So Chris and I have known each other certainly for at least 10 years. And I knew his mom wasn't well. She had really bad fibromyalgia. So when Chris came to me and told me about the patches, I was so intrigued. I was so interested because it's all frequency based. And my whole practice runs on frequencies, equipment and other. And 2 months later, his mom, who had had fibromyalgia for 16 years and only slept 1 hour at any point in time, she suffered with so much pain. She really did. She phoned Chris after 3.5 weeks sobbing. So obviously Chris was stunned and worried. And she said it's the first time in 16 years that she'd slept through. It was that really triggered the interest in me. And at that point, I thought, I have to get out there and share this with every single person. And that's what I do.
So how do we wear it? We wear 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Why do we do this? We want to activate our stem cells, then back off, rest and repair. Activate, back off, rest and repair. So what Eric and I do is we shower in the morning, we put our X39 on. When we go to bed, we remove it. Then we put on a new patch and we repeat. It is key to drink plenty of water. And I know this from my practice with frequencies. We need a well-hydrated, well-mineralized body with electrolytes for the frequencies to really work well. So please drink water. These are the long-term results as per the case studies on thisisinfo.com. And I encourage you to look at that website. In the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. And within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced. I've seen depression in people disappear 1 week, 2 weeks, and a bit longer. And within 3 months, collagen's increased. Now, collagen's not just in the face. Collagen is throughout our body. Our hair, our nails, our bones, organs, tissues, the digestive system, everything. There's collagen everywhere. But now at the 3-month mark, the healing becomes consistent. And via test, within 6 months, they've proven the heart reverses in age. David says it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. So the benefits of X39, there's increased strength, reduced inflammation. Now, inflammation underlies all disease. The cause of inflammation varies. So it's important to reduce the inflammation. It increases stamina, energy and vitality, definitely mental clarity improves, and it restores muscular and skeletal conditions. It improves sleep and it improves skin appearance. We've certainly experienced all of that. So to achieve optimal health and a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, X39 works wherever your body needs it. You saw a patch behind the neck and then 2 fingers below the belly button. That's typically where I wear mine. And that's where it was tested. But if you've got a pain somewhere, stick it on the pain. It works well. So David advises we wear it for a minimum of 90 days. I'm going to stress minimum of 90 days. And then we wear it for at least another month for every decade of our life. And to see optimum results. I got results. I didn't notice. Improved sleep, more energy because I sleep well and I've got high energy. My skin's never been dry, but there's more moisture and it's proven. So I didn't notice the subtle changes at first, and I encourage you to look for them. But then at week 11, lo and behold, I didn't get eczema when I wore a particular jersey. And month 9, I had new hair sprouting all over my head. At month 15, my digestion improved dramatically, yet other people have had it within 2 weeks. So some people get results in a minute. Others take hours, others take days, weeks, months. So let's look at some results and pictures. This is a thermography map of a 77-year-old woman's brain. The first picture, she has no patch on. Then they put the patch behind her neck. And look at session 2. Red is inflammation. Look at session 2, 3 weeks later. There's a tiny bit of red. And another 3 weeks later, there's no inflammation. Now, obviously, there's better brain coherence. She was very hyperactive. But not only has her brain improved, this will have fed throughout the body, and the body and the organs and the tissues would have improved. This is inflammation of a heart valve. You can see day 1. Look at the reduction after 2 months. And after 5 months, there's a little speck. On the left here is someone's trapezius muscle, the shoulder muscles, before and after on the left. The next one is the muscle from the chest through the belly, the rectus abdominis. Look at the improvement. And the third picture on the right is some lady's hands. Now, she didn't put the patch on. She just held an X39 in each hand. And look at the change in 30 minutes. It's dramatic. And I can tell you a number of stories about people with hands and improving in days. So some people say, well, is this a placebo effect? Interesting. We get results with children, with animals. So look at this horse before and after. This is 4 months later. You can see how the horse is rejuvenated. But more importantly, on the right shows how this poor horse was suffering. Look in the shoulder, the purple and white is worse than red. It was in agony, and how it's improved. And next I'm going to show you a video clip of little Popluck the dog. She woke up paralyzed from the waistline down. With our other subtle treatments that Qwerty and I did, she moved and dragged her hindquarters. I then gave Qwerty 4 X39 patches. They put a bandage around her, below her belly, just above the hips, put the patch on. Have a look at this. Not perfect, but what a joy. And she's a cheeky little dog. It really feeds my heart and soul whenever I watch that video. Now let's look at some facial changes. This is Dr. Stacy in 2021 and last year. You can see the difference. Can you see how the eyes light up in each case? The lady at the top, 1 year. Marvelous difference. Eyes have lit up. And then at the bottom, day 1, day 42 and 355. Wonderful changes. And the last picture is another 2 years later. It's dramatic. She's definitely, I'm going to call it, euthanized, as in going younger. Then let's look at some skin diseases. Vitiligo, I'm seeing more and more of that in the shops, with this depigmentation. And this gentleman's improved a lot in 3 months. My own friend Ragini, wonderful changes. Took her 7 months. Does it matter? The gentleman in the middle, completely clear. Results of wound healing. On the left, Bell's palsy, 3 months. Then in the middle, psoriasis clearing in 10 days. Jessie and I have worked with Magda. She took 3 months. It's okay. It's good. In this case, the chap on the left, the foot, he's put the patch on, there's vasculitis, but look at the change in 5 days. That's circulatory problems. At the top is live blood analysis. If you haven't had it, it's worth going for it. Now, the first thing you notice, the red blood cells are clumped. It's called RELU. Now, oxygen cannot attach to that properly. Then he puts the patch on 10 minutes later. Can you see how the red blood cells have separated? Now there's an electrical charge. Oxygen can attach. And even just with extra oxygen, there's huge improvement in the body. The lady at the bottom has edema. I've had ladies say to me, Sandy, I've got these fat feet. They're not fat feet. It's typically the organs taking strain. It could be the kidneys, the liver, the heart, the lungs. And in just 3 weeks, her ankles are back to normal. Let's look at some wound healing. In this case, there's a seeping, torn wound. Not a young lady. Good healing in 21 days. On the right is a severe burn. And 5 days later, you can see the improvement. 7 days, nearly gone. I'd be happy with that end result. And the gentleman at the bottom, we're assuming, is an accident. And he's wearing a number of patches. But look at his skin after 7 days. It's astounding, the difference. Not just the healing, but the quality of the skin. It's firmed up and it's much smoother. And we use men in particular in the pictures because you can see the pattern baldness easier. And again, I know men where the pattern baldness has filled up. And this is Michelle, where her hair was falling out in clumps in 2023. And just 3 months later, you can see bits of hair are coming out. No more clumps. And I mean, my own hair, I had 50% of my hair that I lost 30 years ago suddenly come back. I never even thought of it coming back. I'd like you to take a picture of this or scan it or write it down. And if you're not on Telegram, I'm really going to encourage you to download it and get onto this group. It's the Telegram LifeWave Testimony Group. These are personal testimonies of people. And this is just a fraction of what's out there. Over 1,000 testimonies in at least 160 categories. We see sciatica, pain, cancer, Crohn's disease, brain fog, blood pressure. I mentioned that as well. Migraines, gout I've seen every time with people. Fibromyalgia, tinnitus. Some people see some reduction, 1 week, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, 7.5 weeks. Just keep up with it and let your stem cells do what they're going to do. Diabetes, fabulous results in a number of people. Parkinson's. I know people who have Parkinson's, and this particular gentleman still shakes. But my word, the change in him. He's running a business. He drives around. He gets involved. It's changed his life and that of the family. Autism every time. Strokes. Gallstones. Then Should you wish to investigate and research, please go to thisisit.info.com. The patents are there, the clinical studies. There are video clips. There are testimonies. And if you click on the English flag at the bottom left, it opens up the flags of all the countries where LifeWave is. And whatever flag you click on, it converts it to that language. South Africa has 3 flags, converts it to Afrikaans, Xhosa, and Zulu. And I love what David says. You have an incredible opportunity before you today. The opportunity to bring the healing power of light to everyone around you. And honestly, when I saw results, especially with Chris's mom, I felt it's my absolute obligation to share this with everyone. So you're in the right time, right product, right place. And there's place for everyone, whether you just want to purchase patches and use them, or whether you'd like to share it with people. So I'm going to show you a video clip summarizing what I've covered.
They said it couldn't be done to boost cellular activity using light with wearable technology like this? But they didn't know this inventor, David Schmidt, LifeWave's founder and CEO, who made what some said was impossible, possible. David's commitment to tap into our natural human energy at the cellular level without drugs or stimulants led to LifeWave being launched in the early 2000s. His mission? To share products with the world that enhance people's health, wellness, beauty, and longevity without drugs. Today, after thousands of clinical studies on light therapy, it's an accepted science, and LifeWave is at the forefront of it all. The big break came in 2004, during the U.S. Olympic trials where elite swimmers under NCAA coaching icon and LifeWave proponent Richard Quick were setting their own lifetime records using LifeWave's energy enhancers, our first product. The word got out. Controversy, driven by skeptics, followed. But LifeWave was proven to be a safe, non-drug technology. A tidal wave of interest rolled in, of professional athletes, trainers, health practitioners, scientists, as well as everyday people. National stories, interviews, celebrity partnerships followed. Then, people in other countries heard of LifeWave's unique products, and the international growth wave began. It was summer 2018. Stem cells and the growing awareness of their ever-increasing value within the human body made headlines across the world. But for more than 10 years, David Schmidt had already been researching our body's aging process and how stem cells could help. He zeroed in on what was possible in activating existing stem cells. And then he figured out how to use LifeWave technology to elevate a copper peptide already proven, with decades of research behind it, to activate stem cells without injections. When X39 launched in early 2019, the response was stunning. The testimonials flowed in. Today, it has proven to be an invention that has taken the world of health and wellness by storm, and it is changing people's lives everywhere. And LifeWave is growing fast as a result. Distribution in over 75 countries, over 80 clinical, research, and published studies, more than 100 filed and issued worldwide patents held by David, including over 70 in the field of regenerative science, and zero competition. What's it all mean? If you are hearing about LifeWave for the very first time, you are standing at a crossroads. The opportunity for you to profit from our accelerating growth is now. Will you be among those who take advantage? LifeWave is established, proven, at the start of something big.
Let's just summarize this. This is a 20-plus-year-old company. We're open in 87 countries. And it's not a product where I'm comparing powders, lotions, and potions. So really, what's most important for you? Is it family time, freedom, travel, security, less debt, better health? You decide. For some people, it is everything. And you know, to me, I believe the best investment in one's life is in health. Because without health, what have you got? And really, X39 at the price of a cappuccino per day. To me, it's the best thing that's happened in our lives. And I love what Richard Branson says, because this applied to me and many, many others. If somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you're not sure you can do it, say yes, then learn how to do it later. We literally learn and earn on the run. And with the phenomenal results, I don't know how anyone keeps their mouth shut. But it's absolutely fine if you just want to use the patches. So get back to the person who invited you and tell them what you enjoyed most. Was it the technology? Was it what you heard about the testimonies? Was it the business side? Or was it all? Please get back and they'll guide you to the next step. Thank you, everyone. Have a super week and God bless you all.